Since November 1st, Sioux City's warming shelter has entered a new season of service after it nearly had to close for good. KTIV's community impact reporter Taylor Deckert takes us inside the facility on a busy winter day to show us a new system to help the homeless get on a different path.
It's a new era for Sioux City's warming shelter, reorganizing the way the services are offered.
We are still aligning with the mission that we've always had, which is to save lives and allow anyone and everyone to come in off the streets.
Since November 1st, operations have changed for the nonprofit, restructuring the flow for residents who stay here.
We're trying to incentivize, make it more desirable to take some of those steps forward.
There are 3 tiers. The warming shelter serves everyone who walks in the door at the base tier. Anyone can come in and stay overnight during the winter season or during the day when it is at or below 10 degrees.
So if they're using drugs or alcohol, that is pretty much the only tier that they'll fall under.
The next tier up is for those people who are making the effort to stay sober, connecting with housing resources, and taking the right steps over 30 days.
Then after 30 days, then they would be eligible for tier 3.
The top tier gives them seniority for laundry, showers, and eligible for stipends for chores around the shelter.
Those who are sober and doing well, we want them to be able to be separated from those who aren't. And so we're making some changes within the building, very like low cost changes, but it allows for those things to be a part of our tiered system.
So far, the busiest night for the warming shelter has brought in 121 people, but the record was 151 people set back in February last year. Now they say those numbers could increase.
People aren't just coming here and staying here forever, which I think has been like the false stereotype for a long time. We're taking some of those steps. We're really working hard to educate the community and to get as many people in here and touring and offering their resources as possible so that our folks are really supported and so that they are encouraged to move forward.
The goal is to get them to their next stop in life, wherever that may be. In Sioux City, Taylor Deckert, KTIV News 4.
That tier system that Taylor mentioned is being put in place at a slower pace, introducing it to residents who are ready to start that 30-day trial. As for the public, the shelter welcomes anyone who wants to learn about their service and their mission to take a tour of the facility to see the improvements for themselves.